Wanda.
Hello everyone.
Hi everyone.
Hello, everyone.
Namaste to everyone.
Hello everyone.
Hello, everyone.
My name is Mary Apollo. I'm a youth ambassador from South Sudan.
My name is Dr. Daniel Chidubem Guje. I'm from Nigeria, Africa.
My name is Alicia. I'm from Guyana.
My name is John Bosco Ife from West Africa.
This is Suhail. I'm from India, Asia.
I am Ambassador Abdul Kaloko, all the way from Sierra Leone.
My name is Anam Bamba from Cote d'Ivoire.
Do you know that the coronavirus is affecting us from practicing our daily normal life?
Do you know that there is a possibility of you getting infected?
Are you aware of this coronavirus that is killing people all over the world?
COVID-19 has now become a global pandemic.
We all can actually contribute to fight coronavirus if we take some steps.
We can prevent it.
We all could play a very important role.
Stay away from hospital environments. Stay away from very sick people.
Sneeze into your elbow instead of your palm.
Washing your hands as often as possible with soap and water.
Stay indoors. Do not come out to any social gatherings.
If you are a health worker, kindly wear your protection gear.
Avoid crowded areas.
Together, we will unite to fight the COVID-19.
We can all fight this together as one.
Help yourself. Save mankind. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
If I play, okay. So good morning, everyone. I would like to welcome all of the viewers who are watching us and all of the youth who are supporting the global emergency disaster response. Would like to welcome Dr. Arikana Kwa for joining us in the initiative and being part of the organization that are supporting us since we have started. And welcome to Dr. Ambassador Malik Nadim Abid, the General Secretary of International Human Rights Commission, and all those organizations who came and put their hands together to help us fight the COVID-19. We have started our initiative on the 3rd of April, where we come together and we announce the starting of the initiative. And we find, as youth, we need to start a movement where we find the COVID-19. On the 10th, Ambassador Rikana launched her initiative around the COVID-19 in Africa. We invite you to join us today for our press release. The idea of the initiative was brought by the late Ambassador Dr. Fudai Mansouri during the month of March, and he chose the day of the 25th to be the day of our launching to the Global Emergency Disaster Response Initiative. So we invite all of you to join us to the press conference and launching and be part of the Global Emergency Disaster Response. I'm going to give a chance to Ambassador Malik Nadim Abid, the General Secretary of the International Human Rights Commission, to welcome us and address us about the project. Welcome, Ambassador Malik.
Thank you so much, Mary. In the name of Allah, the most merciful, the most beneficent. First of all, I want to congratulate all the Muslims around the world who had been celebrating Ramadan since yesterday. May God make this Ramadan blessed month for all the humanity around the world and help us overcome this pandemic, which has been taking lives left and right for hundreds and thousands of innocent people. I cannot start anything without mentioning my own brother who lost his own fight to coronavirus or COVID-19 last week. It's a very emotional point for me. There had not been a single day when we did not talk for several times. He had been my big brother, he had been my mentor, he had been my guide, he had been my colleague, and we had been talking about a tremendous amount of work which we wanted to do together to help the humanity. One particular thing which he was very passionate about was to mentor and to strengthen and empower the youth. He always mentioned that the youth is the actual future leaders, so we must help them to take over from us in a very, very strong and in a very organized way. So today's launching of global emergency relief, I apologize, global emergency disaster responders. This project is also a brainchild of our brother Fode Mansare. And today we are launching this organization with the hope that someday together we will make this the world's largest and most active volunteer organization. And I cannot forget to thank every single of you who worked so hard to make this launching very successful, especially Mary. You have done tremendous amount of work. Effie, Daniel, you people are so great, and you people are the future leader of this world. And whatever I can do in my humble capacity to help you take over all this future of this world, I'm always available for you. And once this conference is over, we'll talk offline, just like Mary asked me this morning, how can we make this organization the most active and most strongest and the world's largest volunteer organization? We will definitely do it together. Let the game start. Let the bells ring. With my heart being hurt, missing my brother. I don't see him here, but we have to continue, and we have to continue his dream to make it a big success. Thank you so much. God bless you all. And over to you, Mary.
You're on mute, Mary.
Thank you, Ambassador Malik Nadim, for the remarkable opening and encouraging the team to work together, and we are leading it and we make it happen. We would like to welcome the former ambassador to the African Union in the United States, and she's a medical doctor as well. Her organization ADDI have been one of the amazing organizations supporting the global emergency disaster response, help us to do the work on the ground, and she started this great initiative to establish a COVID-19 center in Africa, and most of the youth who are supporting her, and she's an inspiration to a lot of youth who are out there asking for her help or for her inspiration and the kind of leadership that we need in the world. I would like to introduce to you Ambassador Arikana Shomburikwa. So she will give us a speech about the initiative and how the event will be moving on. Welcome, Ambassador.
Thank you, Mary. Thank you, Ambassador Malik, for the kind words. Happy Ramadan to all the Muslims. To my sister, Patricia, I want to offer my condolences, and I want you to know that you are in my prayers, you and your family are in my prayers every day. I was telling Ambassador Malik that I last spoke to my brother Fode the Friday before he passed, and I spoke to him on a conference call, and I still can't get over the fact that I did not realize that was the last time I was going to be talking to him, but also that he wasn't going to live to see the next Friday. I still can't get over that. I still think I'm in a dream and that I'll wake up and I'll have another phone call from my brother. So we are with you, my sister and the family. And I want you to know you can call on me. I never met you, but your husband was an amazing man. And you can count on me wherever you feel I can help in any way, shape, or form. We are all devastated. My husband, just by sitting next to me when I would have my many phone calls with Ambassador Fode, he was equally shattered. Because the passion in Ambassador Fode's voice was infectious. And you didn't have to know him, but just to hear his voice and his passion, And that's something my husband was very grateful for, and he was always eager to help. So we will miss him dearly. Mary, I want to thank you, young people, for coming up with this great initiative, the Global Disaster Plan, Emergency Disaster Initiative. This is needed. The future belongs to you, young people. We as elders, I often say we apologize for having messed up this world for you. We realize that, and we have a responsibility to help you or join forces with you to make sure we make this world a better place. And it starts with us empowering you, young people. We want you to know we have your back, and with your energy and your intelligence, along with our wisdom, I know together we can make this world a better place. The Global Emergency Disaster Initiative, it's an initiative that once it was introduced to me by Ambassador Forday, it was something I knew right away that I could support. The day that he wanted me to join you guys in that initial Zoom conference, I actually had other plans, but they were not important. So I was able to cancel them and made myself available. This is something I truly believe in, empowerment of the youth, especially for the rest of the world. This world belongs to the youth, and it is your responsibility to wake up to that fact. It is our responsibility to support you. So if there's anything I can do to facilitate this process, to empower our youth, Ambassador Malik, you can count on me. Mary and the rest of the young people, you can count on me. As you all know, I started the organization called African Diaspora Development Institute. This organization was created with the understanding that we have two issues. We have African diaspora who are ready to go home and play their part in building the Africa that we want. But there are many challenges as the diaspora are trying to go back home. But on the other hand, the African heads of states and government, they also would like to see the diaspora come back home. They too are having a challenge reaching out to the diaspora because the diaspora are disorganized. The diaspora do not get along. And as Black people in general, we have this inner self-hate that until we understand it on an individual basis, it'll be very difficult for us to get along. We don't trust each other. We're divided along racial lines. We're divided along social lines. We're divided along religious lines, national lines, tribal lines. And so we have to understand that while we try to get together, we must continue the conversations that will wake the rest of us up to understand that when it's all said and done, we are one. And the difference is that we are putting emphasis on, particularly for those of us in Africa, they were created for us. They were put there for us by design. The rule of divide and conquer was an integral part of the indoctrination of slaves. It was the major component of the Berlin Conference. It was a design to see to it that we will never come together in any meaningful way. It's important that our young people understand that when you find yourself feeling inferior to a white person, you must understand that that is just a lie that you were told, that you are not as good as the white people, and that this world is yours. You know, we were all born equal and free. We must understand that. So we want all the children of the world to know that this world is yours, regardless of your skin color, regardless of where you were born, regardless of your social economic status. This world is yours, and you must enjoy it to the fullest. And no one must put roadblocks in your way, because we want you to own this earth, regardless of where you were born. And so I am ready to do my part to be that bridge when it comes to Africa through ADDI. I would like to see increased engagements between the diaspora youth with the youth in the continent. I would like to see more engagement between America, in my case, in this case, in the United States, US businesses engaging with African businesses. I would like for the government to be able to access the diaspora should they need the expertise in the diaspora. I also want to see the diaspora, those who are ready to go and invest, those who are ready to go return home, those who just want to go to Africa to visit. ADDI will be the bridge to make it easy to access Africa with a one-stop shop. So I would be glad to work with the Emergency Global Disaster Initiative to join forces to make this world a better place. So thank you for having me.
Thank you, Ambassador Rikana Kwa, for the support and the initiative that she's starting to work with us as youth. We have a special person who is close to our heart and close to Ambassador Fude. We'd like to give his family a chance to give us encouraging words and to talk to us more about their expectation from us, their expectation from the project. You are welcome. Auntie Patricia, welcome.
Sister Pat, can you say something? Can you share some beautiful memories with us? We cannot hear you. Looks like your microphone is off, or there's a problem.
Mic is off.
Or his daughter can talk. Nisha, are you still there? His sister is also here, I think. Ambassador Fude family, you are welcome.
We still cannot hear you, Sister Pat.
So again, to remind everyone, we are the Global Emergency Disaster Response Team. We are a group of youth from 71 countries. We come together.
Okay. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, ma. Good morning, ma.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, ma.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, ma.
Thank you very much for what you all doing. Thank you very much for uplifting the family. Good morning. We are. Thank you very much for uplifting the family. Good morning. We are very pleased for what you all doing to let for the legacy live on. We are very sad, but we are very thankful to God. And I would like to thank Dr. Ambassador Malik for being a brother to him. I'd like to thank everybody in the diaspora for giving their own right now it's very hard for me to really put my words, you know, it's very difficult for me in a time like this, but I appreciate everyone for trying to live on for the legacy. I thank you from the Mansari family and from my kids, and thank you very much.
Thank you, Sister Pat. Just remember that we loved him as much as we loved him. We love you and your entire family. You have my contact number. I will always be in touch with you, but anytime you need any help or anything from me, I'm just a call away. And my love for Brother Fode will never end. You know that.
Thank you.
Thank you, Patricia, for your comments. I also want to echo the same sentiments from Ambassador Malik. We're with you and the family, and we will make sure that the memory of the spirit of Ambassador Fode lives on. He was a brother to just about everyone he met. And we want you to know that my husband and I, we live in Washington, D.C. We're here for you. If you need anything, we're also just a phone call away. And should you end up in DC once this COVID is over, we would love to have you come and have dinner or lunch with us. Ambassador Malik, if you don't mind, I have to hop on to that other conference. I'm supposed to be keynote. I already told them I'm late. I have a doctor who's covering me. But if you don't mind, please excuse me. If you all are still on, I'll check again after I finish speaking. If you're still on, I'll join back.
Thank you so much. We are always honored to have you with us, Ambassador Ericana. Thank you so much once again.
Thank you again. Mary, thank you for the good work, Dr. Daniel, and the rest of the team. Please, let's stay in touch.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ambassador Ericana. So, a group of the Global Emergency Disaster Response have prepared this video to commemorate our condolence for the passing of Ambassador Mansouri. We are going to share with you the kind word and the messages and the relationship that he has with each of one in the group, is a friendship, mentor, or guide. So welcome to watch the video.
Ambassador Fode Mansouri gave up his life to this pandemic.
We lost a great friend, a true mentor, and an amazing person.
He was a true African leader.
He was a man of action.
Condolences with the families of hundreds of thousands of people who lost their lives to this pandemic around the world.
To the family of Ambassador Fode Mansouri.
He sacrificed his life. He saw a dream to fight against the pandemic and all those natural disasters around the world.
Ambassador Fode will be remembered for his work towards his nation. His true aspirations towards the nation was to defeat coronavirus.
Ambassador Fode was our arrowhead and a strong pillar supporting us.
He wanted to help the world.
It's an earnest request to all of you to stay home and stay safe. There are a lot of people who are working towards coronavirus and COVID-19, and it is our national duty to protect their interests and save them from this ongoing issue in the nation.
It's a group to unite the youth, especially the youth, all around the world, to fight against the natural disasters and work together. This will give a hope and a positive energy to all the youth around the world. I look forward to your participation.
We need great awareness towards COVID-19 in order to save as many lives as possible.
Empower the youth around the world to unite people.
So today, let us unite together in the remembrance of Ambassador Fode.
We all came together to form the Global Emergency Response Network, an organization or group of young people and old people working together to enlighten vulnerable people about the impact of the pandemic.
We are finally going to launch Global Emergency Disaster Responders. So this is a lucky day. I wish our brother Ambassador Fode Mansouri was here today with us, but I'm sure he's looking at us, all of us, from heavens and smiling that we are continuing his legacy and his hard work. Please share this information with all your friends and colleagues and family members around the world and encourage them to join us. We are going to empower, we are going to unite, and we are going to make one big global team to help the humanity.
Create social awareness among the people on the globe towards COVID-19 or coronavirus. So let's get united towards the globe and defeat coronavirus.
Ensure you keep social distance. Do not go to gatherings at all.
Wash your hands with soap and running water.
Stay home and stay safe. Ambassador Fode has contributed a lot, and it is our duty to give him back this priceless gift by defeating coronavirus.
Thank you so much. God bless you all.
Thank you.
So welcome again. This was amazing work that have done by the use of the Global Emergency Disaster Response Network. For those who are asking about how to join the initiative, you can contact us at Global Emergency Disaster Response info@gmail.com, or you can reach out our page on Facebook, Global Emergency Disaster Response, and then we will connect you back to the team. As we know that we are global emergency disaster responder, we found it, we are used from 71 countries. We come together and our mission is to fight the COVID-19 and to end it. We have been together and we have discussed a lot of issues that bring us to the current situation, and it's not going to work for us as youth. We have been together and we have inherited a lot of socioeconomic and political system that led us to the situation where we are today. We want to use the reliable resources that we have to help our community and to make a change. And in the future reference, if we have any pandemic, any situation that we're going through, we can fight it as youth. We condemn all the humanitarian attack against civilians, and we are asking leaders to save the face of humanity. We are asking all the global citizens to stop the discrimination and start thinking about sending the positive message. We have been in this situation before. This time is different, calling for us as youth to unite and come together to use the technology and the resources that we have and to make a change. Let us fight COVID-19. We are continue the steps of our late father, Ambassador Fode Mansouri, and we are doing the work and we are taking the lead. We will be continuing, and we invite all the youth out there, people who are interested, organization, to join us and fight the COVID-19. I'm going to give a chance right now for Dr. Daniel, one of our founder and the CEO of the team Project 54, to give us his word and to encourage us like how we can move forward with the initiative. Daniel, welcome.
Yeah, thank you, Mary. To the family of Ambassador Fode, on behalf of organization Team 54 Project, is a US-based organization here. Our members are devastated. If you are not aware, your husband has been a strong supporter of all our partners across the world. We raise awareness about the impact of climate change in vulnerable communities, Pacific Island nation, and especially in Africa. Your husband has been very instrumental in us getting partnership with the African Trade Center. He's a very, very important person, especially for us Africans here in the US who want to do the right thing, who want to give back to our society. Ambassador Fode has helped us. I'm a Nigerian, but I've never seen an African here that has done half of what Ambassador Fode has done. He unites everybody together. I never even knew he was a Sierra Leonean until way late in the time. He always encouraged people. And these are some of the things young people need as mentors. These are the stories that we need to push out there to all our leaders, that we want you to copy what Ambassador Fode is doing. He's always about the people, not about himself. He's always about creating platforms for others to rise. And that's the true definition of a true leader. On that note, I want to thank you all for giving him that opportunity, encouraging him. I know how many times he kept on telling us family is important, family is loyalty. We must strive to live and be good ambassadors here. Even though we are immigrants, we must live to be the better versions of ourselves so that our host community and the people that are our hosts can see the need for us to be on ground. And we are happy that we are changing lives on ground. I want to, on this point, call on some of the young people that he has blessed their lives to also contribute. They're also part of this event to also contribute and also explain some of the things that they are doing across the world, so that Ma, you understand where Ambassador Fude was doing, that he was actually grooming young people to actually be able to respond in real time to challenges of their time. This is the challenge of our time, for us to be better industrious people, better reliant on ourselves, and also give back to make our continent and our respective localities a better place. I call on Mr. Francis, who is one of Sierra Leone's best and finest innovative mind that I have seen. He's a scholar here. He came some months ago on scholarship here to Yale University for a program. Francis, you have the floor.
Hello everyone, my name is Francis Koruma. I'm from Sierra Leone, but I'm currently based here in New York. I'm working on my project and also going to start university here. I'm currently working on a project called 3D printing Fantech, which is to build 10,000 liter water tank to solve water scarcity, to find a place like a storage where people can save and can store water in case they need it anytime. And for the past 1 to 2 months, when I get in touch with Ambassador Fode, I went for a event at the United Nations, and then after that, I met with Dr. Daniel, and then Dr. Daniel was the channeling point for me to meet with Ambassador Fode. And since I met with Ambassador Fode, everything has been like an eye opening for me. He helped, he was pushing me to work on my project and also connect, not only pushing but network with me to channel with the right people I need to know and I need to meet with. And I was really grateful for that. And despite the undo task that we didn't finish and it just passed away, but I'm still I'm more comfortable to work on in everything now to champion my everything. And then I guess now is the right time for youth all around the globe to come together because our voice matters. So for right now, I'm currently starting a TV show program, which is to call on all the youth voice across the globe, which is called Your Voice Matters, wherein youth can come up with their own stories, their successful stories, and then how we can use that story to change lives, especially in Africa, to groom up to to wake up the next generation, to wake up our fellow youth out there, and to give them the mindset that they can do it. They're supposed to be their voice supposed to be heard and their actions supposed to be, and their actions are very important right now, despite all the challenges we are facing right now across the globe. And I guess it's the right time. And what I will be doing is to at least have a successful youth and an influential youth from across the globe to mentor at least 1 or 2 from across the globe, and then groom them and tell them who can use to change the world. Because I believe we are the next generation of global leaders, and the best way to predict the future is to start creating it now. Thank you all.
Thank you so much for that intervention on how our founder was able to allow you drive further your vision of ensuring that you create innovation that can contain water in large quantum and large capacity for people in rural areas who do not understand the 3D technology. Not only that, you've created a channel, a TV channel online that can inform Africans, inform young people on the need to be the better versions of themselves. Again, that Ambassador Fode supported that you, rather than do any other thing, but must be the best brain coming out from Sierra Leone. Thank you so much. I will call on another person. He's the chairperson of Organization for African Youth. He is also a Sierra Leonean and a very wonderful friend to Ambassador Fode to make his intervention. Ambassador Abdul Kaloko, please, over to you.
Yes, Daniel. Thank you so much, and thank you everyone at this panel right now. I think as a Sierra Leonean, and this is very important to us, especially being that Ambassador Fode Mansari, the late man, was a Sierra Leonean, and then he played a very crucial role in terms of leading human rights issues and also representing our country. So for us, the young people in Sierra Leone, it's very crucial And we see this as a very big loss, losing someone who has been there for us from the very beginning, and also who is the founding member, founder of this global emergency disaster response network. And I think for young people, this is very important that we all have to put all hands on deck. And it's very, very important that issues like this, we as young people are taking the lead to ensure we respond positively, to ensure that the right measures are taken into consideration. We share the appropriate information globally so that everybody respond positively, and as well as mobilizing the right resources to share to communities to ensure that people are safe and they are protected from the dangers of this pandemic. Young people, without no doubt, we are the leaders, not only for the future, but now. And as African young people, we see this prudent that we're taking the lead in responses such as this. And I employ everyone to continue to do what we're doing to ensure that we take the lead and ensure that we never give up in this process. So I thank you all for listening to me and having my attention. Back to you, Dr. Daniel. And finally, I would like to say on behalf of the young people in Sierra Leone, we want to express our sincere, heartfelt sympathy to the Mansare family, both home and abroad, who had been with the late man. And also, we want to pledge our support, our continuous support in ensuring that we continue with this initiative and ensure that we continue to give our full support to make sure this dream keeps alive. And then we continue to fight for the less privileged and those who are really, really affected in the front line in this global pandemic. Today is very remarkable for us, as this day was scheduled for the launching of this great initiative. And so we are very happy as young people that our voice and what we planned a few weeks back, able to ensure that we fulfill this promise, and we're able to put all necessary plans that we are launching this great initiative today. Today has not been the beginning, and of course, it will not be the end. We've started, and this is just a checkpoint where we tell the whole world that today we are launching this great initiative officially, and then we need everyone to be on board, all partners, all those who are listening to us, that they must be on board and ensure that we continue to bring the support that is necessary to ensure that we respond positively and accurately towards disasters and other emergency issues that are affecting the globe and affecting communities in our individual countries. So thank you once more, and thank you for having us right here at Syracuse. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, thank you, Ambassador Koloko. I would like to call on Alicia right now. She's the founder and the owner of Imperial Brands, and she's a businesswoman and activist. She's part of the Global Emergency Disaster Response. Welcome, Alicia.
Hi, Mary. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you, everyone, and a pleasant good morning to all. Today, I would like to say it has been an honor for me to be a part of this fundamental initiative, and from the very beginning, it has been a bittersweet moment thus far as we aim to combat this global pandemic called COVID-19. Today is a very important and historical day for us. It has been in the making for a while, and as we proceed today without our leader, it is very sad and very, very, very sad for all of us. And I wish he was here with us and see how far we have come, and our drive to combat this global pandemic. I want to stress a little bit about what I do and my aim in and my input into this initiative, and how Ambassador Fude has helped me and has embraced my idea and has pushed me to to pursue further into what I have developed. So the name of my company is Imperial Brands, and I've created a company with initiative to assist women um, in many different ways, in having them providing opportunities and having them involved in agriculture and mainly food security. I'm also an agricultural activist in which I promote food security in my country, my original country of origin, sorry, Guyana, and I'm currently residing here in Trinidad and Tobago, and I'm also seeking to promote it here in Trinidad and Tobago, where I've only been here for the past 2 years, but I've seen and noticed a lot of problems out there with the farmer and the agriculture society. So Ambassador Fude, I've only known for about 2 years, and he has been the humble, the most father-like figure. Everybody has described him and the brother-like and everything. My husband is also a very, very close friend and has known him for the past 11 years. He is still in shock, myself as well. He has embraced us, and he he has shown me like a much different path to my idea. Like there was this one part of me, thinking to help women and knowing Ambassador and letting him know my idea. He has, shown me a different path to this. So I'm very, very, very grateful for that. And I've breaking down and I've cried a lot because I don't think that I would ever, find somebody like him to give me that drive. He was so energetic and so driven as it comes to helping the world and helping people. So Imperial Brands is on board with our group, Global Emergency Responders Group, and we will continue to help the people. And Ambassador Fude has spoke to me about something that we both wanted to work on, and that is transfer of technology to the African countries, in which we're aiming to teach people in these countries on how to practice food security and to promote agriculture. So that is something that my company will also aim and will also achieve, maybe not now, but in the future. And I would like to thank this initiative and thank everybody and that has been so that has put in so much work into this. And yeah, so I want to extend condolences to the family of Ambassador Fude, and I want to assure you guys that we will, as this group and as an individual as well, we will ensure that his legacy um, is lived on with us, and we love him so dearly, and we miss him, and I know that he's there looking at us, and he's very happy with what we're doing, and we will not let him down. This is what he wanted, and we will ensure that we do this and we make him proud wherever he is watching over us. And we miss you dearly, and we wish you were here. But until we reach again, thank you so much for everything that you have taught us and everything that you have given us. The knowledge is priceless. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you so much, Alicia, for that wonderful submission. We will miss him and we'll continue to ensure that everything he has impacted in us, we continue it till the end, because that's what humanity is. Ambassador Fode expressed humanity. He did not look at any person for who they were. He didn't look at wealth. He didn't look at how poor you are. He took you as a human being. And that's what is lacking in our world today. So whoever embodies Fode's philosophy will definitely receive and get all this accolade from across the world. I also want to call on another person, again from Sierra Leone, Mr. Al Hassan. Mr. Al Hassan is a known climate advocate, and he also has been helping rural people in Sierra Leone to make sense of their of what is going on with them. He runs a school, the Sierra Leone School Green Club, and he's also a very important youth advocate in Sierra Leone and a good friend of Ambassador Fode. Over to you, sir. Al Hassan.
Good day to you all. I want to say thank you to the team, and on behalf of the CC family, we want to extend our condolences to the Masari family for this great loss. I met Ambassador Fode Masari on LinkedIn when he sent me message that he want to have a tete-a-tete with me, because I always post what we are doing in the area of climate change and environmental issues. So he said he wants to talk to me on certain issues. So he asked for my number. I gave him my number, and since then we've been friends for the past 2 years. One thing I remember, he told me that let me continue to do what I'm doing because that will take me a long way. And I remembered also he said, now you are not making money. Now people are looking at you as you are doing, you are not doing anything, but I know what you are doing, so keep up the good work. And I believe Dr. Daniel, we've met also too long, since over 3 years now. And you also have been one of my mentors. I want to say it's a great loss for us, for the loss of Ambassador Fode Mansari. When I told my wife that we've lost someone very valuable to me, he said, let's continue to pray for him, that God knows where he is now. I remember when he said, and someone nominated me for the award that Ambassador Malik mentioned, for the 100 people that are doing well all over the world. He said, someone nominated me. I said, who nominated me? He said, no, you don't need to know. That's why you should continue to do the good work that you are doing. I want to say on behalf of myself and the organization, we continue to do good and to continue to do what he has been asking us to do. Not to look for money, but to continue to volunteer for our communities and the work that we do. I thank you all, and I hope that we continue to do what he wants us to do, because that's what he wanted for us as Africans. Thank you.
Thank you, Hassan. So next we have Seraphine Surgeon. She's from the Mahoro community. She's going to give us her words. Welcome, Seraphine.
Hi, everyone. My name is Seraphine. I live in New York, Buffalo, but I'm originally from Congo and South Kivu. And I'm also part of diaspora from that area called Mahoro Peace Association. So I get to meet with Mary last year. I was in DC advocating for my people. They have been killed and attacked since May of last year, and a lot of villages has been destroyed, and because of like a tribal division, as Dr. Rikana mentioned early, that Africans were so divided and hate each other. So that's how I first connected with Mary, because we had to give some we had a talk with Chaka on Straight Talk Africa in the VOA. That's how I met Mary. So I have been so passionate about Africa and Africans, and just the way that we are so divided instead of coming together and try to solve our problem. And I came to just realization that we are so like we play as victims, and with a victim mentality we cannot really do anything. So I believe that nobody has a solution to Africa, but the solution lies in Africans. So once I heard that this network's going to start, I jumped in, because I was like, we need to come together as people, as Africans, as young people, to fight and to educate our people and to teach love and help people understand that nobody else cares about us or cares about Africans or any other part of the world except those people there. So I'm so pleased to be part of this network, and I'm looking forward to work with you guys and to get to know each other and to help in any way. And I also recently started a vlog on YouTube, and it's called The Enemy of Success. I'm just trying to educate young men and women about the excuses and the reasons we put on, like we just have that is the reason why we're not advancing or we're not doing well. And So that's my passion, is to educate and be part of the changing. And we can. There's one person who said, "If be the change you want to see," I think it's Mahatma Gandhi. So we need to be the change we want to see in Africa or in the world. So thank you so much for having me here today, and I'm so happy.
Unless you want me to put my retarded down.
So thank you. Next we have Efe, John Bosco Efe from Nigeria. He's going to give us his speech.
Good morning, everyone, and I'm having a very heavy heart because the vacuum Ambassador Fode has created. I cannot find someone who is capable of, filling that gap. But one thing I have said to myself, and I have had all of us say as a team, the Global Emergency Disaster Response Network team, we have written it at the back of our mind that this dream of Ambassador Fode Mansare, we must make it a reality. It's a big legacy he has left for us. He has played his own part, and Allah has called him. It's time for us to push it further and make him happier and make him feel that he has achieved something. It's time for us to stay strong. We can cry, yes, because we feel it. But I have stopped crying because when I look back and I remember the life of Ambassador Fode and his words, the Holy Book, the Bible say, out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. So when you hear his words, you hear a man full of hope, a man with good intention for the world, and especially Africa. You hear a man who wants the world to change for the better. Here, you hear a man who wants equality for both the rich and the poor, especially when it has to do with health. This dream of Ambassador Fode is what we must push. I am working with the Global Emergency Disaster Response Network. I am also working with different organizations, partnered with various organizations like the International Human Rights Commission, the Project 54. You see, all these groups and organizations are working from different angles. But here is something I found out. All of them are heading towards the same goal. Team 54 project is talking about safety for human beings through safety for the natural resources we have. Stay away from oil spillage, water spillage, and all of that. Do the right thing and you will live, animals will live, crops will live, the ecosystem will be safe. In the same vein, this Global Emergency Disaster Network is seeking for the safety of all. When there is a disaster like this, we do not pray for more. We have enough network to go around, go to the villages, sensitize people, deliver relief materials to people, and make sure that people are safe. I strongly believe that if we continue this way, the grace of the Lord our God and the prayers of Ambassador Fode Mansare, God bless his soul, will be with us and will make it work. Thank you, everyone. And to the family, we feel it, but we know you feel it more. But I want you all to believe that God has Ambassador Fode Mansare in his right hand. He is peaceful, so we should not cry, because when we cry, he might not be happy with us. We should just be filled with action. Ambassador Fode is a man of action. God bless all of us, and thank you all.
Thank you so much. We'll call on Pete. Pete, are you there? Pete Regina, please make your intervention, and Ambassador Malik will conclude, and then we'll call it a day. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you very much. Thank you to everybody. Thank you, Ambassador Malik. Thank you, Mary. Thank you, everybody. I was very close with Ambassador Fode, not for a long time, but kind of like what Ambassador Arikana said before. The short amount of time that we didn't know each other was very impactful to me. And his support for the vision that was being promoted with Peace Lights was was very inspiring and did and will continue to make a big difference. The lights that are there right now are peace lights. The colors represent the different cultures of the world, and the motion represents how those cultures interact to achieve harmony and peace and good energy. And especially at a time like this, when we are all in this together around the world, there's great power in a symbol. And peace lights has been adopted to date by peace organizations from 19 countries as their international symbol for peace and nonviolence. We're currently in discussions about trying to get the links and get the invitations out to clergy around the world, so that when people start to re-engage with their churches and with their synagogues and with their mosques and everything, that there is a commonality of experience. And one of the things is that particularly resonated with Ambassador Fode was that wherever Peace Lights plays around the world, people are encouraged to project their own thoughts and intents for peace into these lights, and know that around the world, people are seeing the exact same lights, and there is this connectedness and this collective energy around peace that comes as a result. So I look forward to continue to working with all of you. Because of this Peace Lights journey, an organization called Project Peace Lights has been formed, having to do with accelerating peace education in the African Union. Another thing that I received a lot of good input and inspiration and encouragement from Ambassador Fode to pursue. So thank you very much. I look forward to continuing to work with you all, and God bless.
Thank you. We have Jacqueline Tahara from Zimbabwe. She will give us a comments, and then we give it back to conclude it. Welcome, Jacqueline.
Hello, welcome to you all. I'm happy to be, it has given us so much for Zimbabwe and for me as a person. At this moment, that I had of the passing on of Ambassador Fode, I was very, very, it really took me some time to be back on my feet again. You just feel so shattered. But it goes on. His legacy goes on. We have to move on as a team. This will make our mentor to be happy. He's in God's hands himself, to continue to move on with this legacy. As Zimbabwe, we are in full support of the Global Emergency Disaster Response Network, because I know there's a lot that's going to come up from this project. We are in full support. Dr. Daniel, Dr. Rikana, we thank you very much for the support you're giving us as Africa from today. I thank you very much, Mary. You're very strong, and sometimes, but we are really behind you. We are supporting you. To the family, we are at a loss. There's not much of words we can say. It's really a big loss to us. We are behind you. We are there with you. You are in our hearts and in our prayers. Thank you.
Thank you, Jacqueline. We have Dr. Rami Alapo from CUNY. Welcome. Dr. Rami, welcome.
Yes, hi, good afternoon, everybody. It's a pleasure to join you. And, I tried to connect earlier, but I wasn't able to, but, I'm glad I'm finally here. It was a shock for me to hear of the passing of Ambassador Fode, because I met him about 2 years ago, and since then he had a tremendous impact in my life, because not too many people that we come across in such a short time would, be able to have the vision to see our potential, to see where they could fit us, in the international system, and, introduce us to so many professionals. And, in such a short time, I was happy to have worked with him. And we had plans for several projects that were underway that unfortunately due to his demise, I'm not exactly sure how those would go, but I know that God knows best. The vacuum, that he's left behind will never be filled completely because of his absence. But of course, his work and legacy will be carried on to the best of our ability. And, working with the City University of New York, I teach so many youngsters, and we had, some plans that we're gonna incorporate some of these, activities on the CUNY campus. So even when he's not around, or now that he's not around, I want you guys to feel free to call on me at any time. If there's any activity or there are any activities that you would like to carry on at the CUNY, campus, where I work, I'll be happy to assist and I'll be happy to work along with you. I want to thank Ambassador Malik also for his support. And my prayers are with the Mansere family, and wishing all of you all the best. Remember, you're the future, and carry on the legacy, carry on the torch. May God be with all of you and bless you all.
Thank you. Thank you for everyone who have come to contribute to the project, and thank you for all the people who follow us, the viewers, the people who are following us in social media and give us support and reaching out to us to continue in the initiative. As I mentioned before, everyone who is interested to join the initiative, they can contact us by our direct Facebook page or the different social media for the Global Emergency Disaster Response. We'd like to thank all of you and Siracast, the New York Times, for their support. Right now, I'm giving it back to Ambassador Malik to conclude for us the program. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mary, and thank you so much, all of you. I just want to quickly share a personal feeling. Those of you who have big brothers or big sisters, they understand that if you have a loving big brother or big sister, you are kind of spoiled. I was spoiled by Brother Fode. And many of you who are not in America or not in New York, they may not understand or may not remember, but we had a conference, International Human Rights Day conference in December in United Nations. Dr. Daniel was there, and a few other friends were there. My sister Remy Elapo was there. I started with the conference by one statement which people thought I was joking and I was trying to be funny, but it was a reality. I said that in every family, in every business, in every corporation, people have their divided responsibilities. Some people have different responsibilities: finance, administration, marketing, teaching, training, everything. In our organization, we had responsibilities divided, that Ambassador Fode used to plan and work everything, and I used to take the credit. Dr. Daniel, you remember? I said that, and I was not joking, believe me. We always discussed right here in this office the projects. He would go out and start working, and on the final day, he would call me and he would send me to the stage. Many times I told him, I said, go do it. He said, no, you will do it. Whatever I had to do, I did it. So I'm spoiled. So all you youngsters, your future leaders, it's a message for you that I'm spoiled. Now you have to keep working and I will keep claiming the credit. I hope this will be okay with you people. I see Dr. Daniel smiling because he knows that's exactly what happened in December in the Human Rights Day conference. Coming back to the project, Global Emergency Disaster Responders Network, we have to make it very strong. And how we are going to make it strong? Bigger the network is, stronger the work is. And I'm sure the stronger and the bigger the network and work is, our brother sitting here in heavens is going to be more proud of all of us. So today onward, we have a simple responsibility. Let's try to reach out to as many friends, cousins, family members, colleagues as possible around the world and tell them to start working with us. And very soon, myself and Mary and Effie and Dr. Daniel will start working on the process to initiate the membership drive. We will start enrolling people. We will start making members. We will start building up the infrastructure. We will make it a big, real, organized, systematic organization. So I would need help from all of you. I'm spoiled. I gave you the heads up. Don't expect me to work. I will guide you, but you will have to work. But together, believe me, jokes apart, together we will make this organization a global, true global organization. And we will make our brother proud. And one more thing, my brother always said, that being a person of color should not be your weakness. We have to make this a strongness. We have to make it a very powerful tool, that we have to make it a success. We will start with America, we'll start with Africa, we'll go to Asia, we'll go to Pacific, we'll go everywhere. So let's start the membership drive right from today. Let's discuss this offline after this meeting, and any suggestions you have, let's discuss. And once again, thank you so much, all you bright stars, you youngsters. I'm so proud of you. You make me proud. You made our brother, Ambassador Fode Mansre, proud. And Sister Pat, we are always here for you. And inshallah, God willing, once all this pandemic is over, we will have a memorial service inside the United Nations, inshallah. I promise you this. Thank you so much. God bless you all.
Thank you.
Maybe you want to wrap it up?
So thank you, Ambassador Malik, for the conclusion, and thank you everyone who joined us today for our launching of the Global Emergency Disaster Response, as we continue in the step of our founder, the late Dr. Fodai Mansouri. Thank you for all the viewers who are watching us. Thank you, Sarakas. Don't forget to follow our pages and be part of the initiative. Together, we are fighting the global emergency disaster response and the COVID-19. Thank you. Bye.
And thank you, Brother and Sierra Cast TV, for always being with us. We look forward to your continued support. Thank you so much. God bless you all. Ambassador Fode Mansuri gave up his life to this pandemic.
We lost a great friend, a true mentor, and an amazing person.
He was a true African leader.
He was a man of action.
Condolences with the families of hundreds of thousands of people who lost their lives to this pandemic around the world.
To the family of Ambassador Fode Mansuri.
He sacrificed his life. He saw a dream to fight against the pandemic and all those natural disasters around the world.
Ambassador Fode will be remembered for his work towards his nation. His true aspirations towards the nation was to defeat coronavirus.
Ambassador Fode was our arrowhead and a strong pillar supporting us.
He wanted to help the world.
It's an earnest request to all of you to stay home and stay safe. There are a lot of people who are working towards coronavirus and COVID-19, and it is our national duty to protect their interests and save them from this ongoing issue in the nation.
It's a group to unite the youth, especially the youth, all around the world, to fight against the natural disasters and work together. This will give a hope and a positive energy to all the youth around the world. I look forward to your participation.
We need great awareness towards COVID-19 in order to save as many lives as possible.
Empower the youth around the world to unite people.
So today, let us unite together in the remembrance of Ambassador Fode.
We all came together to form the Global Emergency Response Network, an organization or group of young people and old people working together to enlighten vulnerable people about the impact of the pandemic.
We are finally going to launch Global Emergency Disaster Responders. So this is a lucky day. I wish our brother Ambassador Fode Mansre was here today with us, but I'm sure he's looking at us, all of us, from heavens and smiling that we are continuing his legacy and his hard work. Please share this information with all your friends and colleagues and family members around the world and encourage them to join us. We are going to empower, we are going to unite, and we are going to make one big global team to help the humanity.
Create social awareness among the people on the globe towards COVID-19 or coronavirus. So let's get united towards the globe and defeat coronavirus.
Ensure you keep social distance. Do not go to gatherings at all.
Wash your hands with soap and running water.
Stay home and stay safe. Ambassador Fode has contributed a lot, and it is our duty to give him back this priceless gift by defeating coronavirus.
Thank you so much. God bless you all.
Thank you.